Menu narration option is set to off.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll be watching the Desperados, leader at quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Desperados and the Bears, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Desperados of San Diego. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Not sure what you thought, but I thought it was appropriate when he walked into our meeting with his arm totally encased in ice, because he threw 5 touchdown passes last week and won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Yeah, I've been reading the paper this morning, and he said, gosh, I actually thought I should have got 6 or 7. But still, it was an amazing performance a week ago.
Boy, I tell you what, if he thought he should have had 6 or 7, that's a guy's an absolute perfectionist, not just greedy.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 43 yards that time.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 58 yards, and a score.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. That is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And that's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Desperados are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Etienne once more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You look at this defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage. Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. The 2nd down attempt there, not brought down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On play action, they'll throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they rattle off a big one. 42 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. Gibbs. Touchdown. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now ETN to start the drive. Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 20. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Chicago. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Jamison Williams with career touchdown number 75. And the Desperados go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. When you look at this defense, they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against it.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Here's 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, a give to Gibbs. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out, and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored him, and that time, looked right.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Lee McNeil breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
Here we go. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. Oh, heck of a move. Man. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Chart. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
He'll field this at the 5. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get out.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown!
Jamison Williams
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And the Desperados will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Elliott Good with a PAT, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
On 1st and 10.
Sharp, quick slant caught by Kirk.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. 86 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st down, Sharp.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Fighting him off. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Desperados are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Sharp.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
A final shot before break. Sharp.
Looking deep here for Mooney.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, and that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Justin Fields, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Raiders. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Bears offense set to go. Quarter. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Draw play, ETN. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sharp.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at the 20. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Still first down.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there on 20 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He's airing it out for Williams. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jamison Williams, 48 yards. And the Desperados have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Sharp under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Etienne up the middle.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
A monster game so far. 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though,
absolutely,
who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
Let's go.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. It's a big play there. 45 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Now, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one in for a touchdown.
His 5th touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Desperados continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Throwing to start the drive. Sharp. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Desperados extend their lead yet again. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Second and 11 now.
Back to throw. Sharp. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything? Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the fourth quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
But now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Aiden Hutchinson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Off the play fake. Sharp. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sharp. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Fielded at the 43. It'll go as a 42, making a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They called his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 55 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling this team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for the home team here, they keep pace in the play.